Alright, what's going on guys, it's Sam here, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to dunk in NBA 2K21 and how you can trigger the different kind of dunk animations when attacking the rim. So, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Pull up, two-door swerve, ay, pull up, two-door swerve, and back in the day I was worthless, started from the surface in the middle of the desert with a weather hot enough to break a motherfucking thermos, nigga, ay, look at the flick of my wrist, won't forget.
Now, why should everyone know how to perform these different dunking animations? Well, when dunking the ball, the animations you trigger with your controller are critical and can be the difference between you getting a nasty poster and then you getting your stuff sent right back at you by like a nasty rim protector. So, quickly, before we get into me teaching you how to do this, I just want to cover the important factors that directly impact your player's ability to dunk the ball in the first place. So the first thing I want to mention, is, and it's probably the most important, is the higher your contact finisher badge is upgraded, the more likely your player will go for a dunk animation in the first place. And to be exact, this information, by the way, that I'm going to put up on the screen is from 2klabs.com and their YouTube channel. I definitely recommend check that out. And they found that with a contact finisher badge on gold, you go for dunks 50% more of the time, 50% more of the time, and at Hall of Fame, 65% of the time, you'll go for more dunks. So, yeah, it's easy to say that contact finisher is a must-have badge if you're going to dunk the ball or you have a finishing type build. The next thing I want to cover is your player stamina will play a key role as well. The more tired your player is, and the smaller your stamina bar is going to be. So when it's blinking red, it's definitely going to be difficult for you to get dunk animations. And basically, the more tired your player is, the less dunks you'll see from your player. I'm not saying it's impossible, but just want to get that out there. And then lastly, obviously the dunk animations that you equip on your players ultimately determine the animations that you're going to be seeing and that are at your disposal when you go for these animations and you try to trigger them. So don't forget to equip the animations if you bought them from the animation store, because you'll just have the normal ones if you don't equip those. So make sure you're going to the animation store and buying new dunk packages if you want to see some of these nasty dunks. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the tutorial. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll start with the basics here, just how to trigger simple one-handed dunk animations. And what you want to do here is obviously look at the hand cam while I'm doing this, and yeah, the key thing here is hold the R2 button and press the right stick at the 2 o'clock position towards obviously the right side for a right-handed dunk. And this will be nice obviously when you're attacking the rack and there's a defender on the left side of you. So the same thing is going to apply when you're trying to dunk with the left hand here, but instead of pressing to the right at the 2 o'clock position, we're going to press left at the 10 o'clock position. So here we are holding sprint again, pressing the right stick towards the left, and that time I believe it triggered a two-hand dunk animation, or maybe that's just what Kawhi Leonard was going to get, but we'll go and look for another two-hand or a one-hand there, and there we are, a one-handed left-hand dunk animation. So yeah, pretty simple, the one-hand left and right-hand dunks. You just press the right trigger, as you can see on my screen right here on the hand cam, just at the 2 o'clock position for the right-hand dunk, and then at the 10 o'clock position for the left-hand dunk. And obviously it's going to do a dribble move because I'm not going for a dunk. But that's obviously some of the more simpler dunks. We'll do one more simple one. This is probably one of the best ones, especially when you're going for like the safest dunk. This is a two-hand dunk, and two hands for safety, obviously, and you're going to press the right stick just forward at the 12 o'clock position. So these three dunks, obviously the most simple dunks in the game, and are very important when you're obviously playing competitive and you're not trying to get blocked. And you don't want to go for those flashy dunks all the times. And speaking of flashy dunks, here I'll go ahead and show you guys how to activate the flashy dunks, the 360s, the windmills, all that type of stuff if you have them on your My Player. All you want to do is obviously run at the hoop and press back at the 6 o'clock position. And Kawhi Leonard doesn't have the flashiest dunks. I could probably switch here to like Paul George or something, and he could have flashier dunks. But you want to just hold back at the 6 o'clock position. That's a little bit flashier for Kawhi Leonard, so I'll take that. That's acceptable. But yeah, if you have like windmills and 360s equipped and stuff like that free throw line dunk, you want to hold back for a flashy dunk animation. And there we go again, Kawhi Leonard with the flashy. So those four, again, not too complicated and probably the most common. I know a lot of people just use the square button, and that just gives you, I believe, like the go-to dunks that are equipped on the player, or the I don't know, just a random dunk. So I don't know, you can go for that sometimes if you're running out of time. However, when you're playing competitive games, you want to be able to decide, you want to have more control over the dunks your player will go for. So those are the most common ones. We will now get into a little bit more a little bit more complicated stuff. I mean, it's not too complicated, but not as many people know how to do it. And I do actually have separate tutorials on some of these dunk animations specifically, so I will link that the playlist in the description if you want to look into, to more in-depth reasoning and stuff for like these Euro step, the hop step, and the spin dunk. But that's what we're going to go into now, the Euro step, hop step, and spin dunk. So we'll start with the Euro, and again, it definitely depends on the dunk animation, dunk animations and dunk attributes, and just the badges obviously equipped to your player. But all you want to do is go for a Euro move, like a Euro step, which again, I have specific videos for these, so if you want to go check that out, I'll go into more in-depth there. But all you want to do is run towards the hoop, press the left stick to the side, and then at the same time, you're going to hold the R2 button and or the sprint button, which is key when you're going to dunk, because if you don't hold the R2 button, you will go for layups instead. And right there, we did get a layup, but that's just because this Kawhi Leonard, I'm sure, doesn't have, he has good dunking attributes. He probably doesn't have the craziest tendencies, which again, tendencies do play a big part into how often your player dunks, but again, you really don't have any control with your player's tendencies this year. At least in the demo, you don't. Maybe they'll add that in 2K21, who knows. But that is the Euro step right here. They're definitely nice. I think a little bit more overpowered than last year. The hop steps just aren't as OP, which, speaking of the hop steps, we'll get into the hop steps here. All you want to do is press the left stick towards the hoop, and then right before you get close, right as you enter the paint, you want to hit the square button and hop, and then while holding R2. So here we go. Hop, hold R2, bam. And that's, hop steps are still going to be OP. I'm sure, or, they're still going to be effective, but I don't know. I think they've toned them down this year. At least that's what Mike Wang was saying. But there we are. We got the hop step. Again, if you guys have any questions, I would first refer to the hand cam. And then if you still have more questions, let me know in the comments below. And hopefully I will get back to you, or someone in the comment section can reply to you as well. But here we are. That's the hop step. And then the last one here, the spin dunk. And this one, it's like you're going just for a Euro step, kind of, but you want to spam the square button. Not spam, but you want to double tap the square button while pressing the left stick towards the hoop. So here we go. Double tap, and then hold R2. So again, if you have to go back, I'll keep doing it here a couple more times so you can watch the hand cam. But yeah, double tap square, hold R2, and you'll get that spin move. And then if you hold R2 and you have the timing down and your player has the correct attributes, you will go for a dunk, which this, I don't know, it used to be more effective in 2K18 and 19 and, the years prior, but this year if you do go for spin dunks and layups, I found that most of the time you get the ball ripped from you. So definitely, I don't recommend that move too much, but again, knowledge or information is power, knowledge is power, and at least having this at your disposal would be nice. So those are the more advanced dunks. I do have, again, specific tutorials on how to perform those moves and just stuff like that. If you want to check that out, I will leave the playlist in the description or at the end of the video. And there's actually one more move I don't want to forget here. This is a baseline dunk, which this one I actually started using myself more the last year or two, and it's definitely effective when slashing the rim. So we're going to go for a baseline dunk here, and probably the best. I saved the best for last here. And when you're running towards the hoop on the baseline, what you want to do is obviously, you're pressing with the left stick towards the hoop, but what you want to do is use the right stick, and whichever side you're on, if you're on the left side, you want to have the right stick, you want to pull it towards your player, and then if you're on the right side, you want to do the same thing. So you're coming in from the left, and you'd want to pull the right stick towards your player, which is right. So again, if that doesn't make much sense, that's why I have a hand cam, and you can always go back and look. Here we go. I'll go for a sideline, a baseline dunk, and again, of course, I'm trying to do a tutorial. It's not going to work every time, of course. That's just how it goes. But there we go. There's the baseline dunk, and those are very difficult dunks to block. So I definitely those are kind of my go-to when I'm slashing on the baseline. Those are my go-to because those are very hard to block, and I'm gonna be honest, they hardly ever get blocked. So definitely one of my favorite dunks in the game, and you want to make sure you have baseline dunks equipped to your slasher, because again, this is just, to me, I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's pretty much unblockable unless it's like a paint beast and they have really good timing. So, and honestly, they have a high IQ and they know what you're going to do. So those are all the dunks, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I try my best to reply to every single one of you, and again, if I don't get back to you right away, I almost want to guarantee someone will in the someone in the comments will get back to you, because you guys, based on my tutorials last year, you guys were helping out helping each other out a lot when I wasn't replying right away. So just let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions. Again, I said this like 3 times. I do have more tutorials, so click on the playlist in the description if you want to learn how to do more NBA 2K21 moves. But yeah, if this tutorial helped you out in any way at all, again, please be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps me out tremendously. And consider subscribing as well, because that obviously helps out my channel as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.